Welcome, everyone, to listen to the Vibes Daily Devotions, where we take a little bit of time each and every day to help you to get one step closer to that goal of success, whether it be in business or just life in general. Thank you for joining, and here we go. Okay, welcome. Today, I decided to do something a little bit different. And what I'm doing here is it's called transparency because, well, I want to be as transparent as possible. I'm going to throw in some facts. I'm going to throw in some opinions. I just wanted you to get to know who I am, and maybe it'll make you better understand what I'm trying to do. I should have done this from the beginning, but as all good things, sometimes those ideas come a little bit later. Well, I'm going to tell you about my childhood and the things that I've gone through and how I got to where I am right now. I'm always growing. I'm always trying to improve myself. Sometimes I do the wrong things and sometimes I do the right things. Either way, it's always a learning process. It's always a growing process. I am 50 years old. I am still learning. And you never stop learning. If you do, you will never improve yourself. You will never grow. You'll never grow emotionally or intellectually. And I also want to make something else really clear. I try my best not to throw anything political into any of my videos. Sometimes it kind of happens, but these are my opinions, and you can take them or leave them. I want you to know I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a Libertarian. I don't care if you're a Democrat. These videos are meant for everyone. It's for everyone to try to become the best that they possibly can. I will throw in some opinions that some may construe as political, and they are probably not going to agree with it. And if you do, wonderful. If you don't, that's fine as well. The thing that I believe in most is that we are free as Americans to have our own opinions and to speak our minds. And not everybody is going to agree with it. I've noticed so many people saying, that they want to be able to say what they want because that's their freedom of speech. But yet they want to shut other people down because they don't share the same opinions as they do. Well, that's not free speech, let me tell you. If you agree with the Republicans or the conservative people, and that's your opinions, that's your opinions. If you're a Democrat and you believe in the liberal way of thinking, that's fine. Some things have happened to you in the course of your life that has made you think the way you think. Sometimes it's from lack of knowledge, so you're you're not very well informed. Sometimes it's because that's the way everybody around you is thinking, so you want to think the same way they do. And that goes on both sides. Like I said, I don't care who you vote for. I don't care what that you think this way or you think that way. That's not what's important. The important thing is you do what you think is right. Now, like I say, I'm very opinionated, and I'm going to throw some of my opinions out there, and I know not everybody's going to agree with it, but here it goes. I have a certain way of thinking. I have a certain way of believing. Freedom of speech is one of them. And I tend to lean a little bit more to the right. That doesn't mean that I believe everything on the right-hand side of the spectrum. There are some very liberal ideals that I agree with. So I'm kind of in the middle of the road, I guess you'd say. But I do tend to lean a little bit more right. If that's already turned you off, I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel. Those are my opinions. So, freedom of speech is allowing people to say what they want. And, like I say, you don't have to agree with it, but being allowed to say those things. Now, there is some speech out there that I feel is very harmful. In that sense, I think you should probably keep those opinions to yourself. But we're in America, you have the right to say them. I try to be friends with people because we get along. So it really hurts me when you get on to social media and you see people, they'll put in their messages that if you don't agree with them, you don't think this way, if you like this or you don't like that, then they can't be friends with you anymore. Well, it's not much of a friend anyway. So I'm sorry, goodbye. I hate that you feel that way. But there's been people that have posted things that I just absolutely cannot stand, don't feel that way, but I do not unfriend them because you know what? You should be able to say what you want to say. Now, this is a rant that I have had in the past, but it seems like it's getting worse and worse. And here's another thing, and I'm probably going to get a lot of hate from this, but do you really want equality or do you want superiority? Because here's the deal. Okay, even though I'm not completely disabled, I'm disabled to a pretty good degree. I have a hard time getting around. My spine is deteriorating, and if I go out in public and I'm going to be out for a while, I have to use a wheelchair. Now, I want to be treated just like everybody else. I don't want no extra attention. And yes, I know some things I have to be accommodated for me, the ramps and things like that. That's just because I need them. I need a ramp to get my wheelchair up on. I need that extra space when I go into the bathroom for my wheelchair and the handrails to be able to get up and down and that kind of thing. Fine. You know, maybe that's a little extra attention, but that's accommodating because it's necessary. What I don't want is your pity. I want you to talk to me just like you talk to everybody else. I want you to notice me like you notice everybody else. Or if you ignore people, then ignore me like you ignore everybody else. That's equality to me. But anyway, I don't want you to treat me any different than you treat anybody else. Maybe you have to accommodate to certain things just because my wheelchair can't go upstairs. I need an elevator or I need a ramp. Other than that, don't treat me any different. Don't leave me out. And don't dote over me. Don't feel sorry for me. If my arms are working and I can wheel my wheelchair, then please let me do it. If you want to hold the door open for me out of courtesy, hey, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Don't feel like you're obligated to do so. I try to find my way of doing things when people aren't around. I appreciate help. I do. But it's not necessary. Don't feel sorry for me. I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I want you to treat me just like you would treat anybody else. When I'm being an a-hole, then treat me like I'm an a-hole. Don't give me a free pass just because. I don't want to be superior to everybody. I want to wait in line like everybody else does. Don't put me at the front of the line just because I'm in a wheelchair. I don't need that. And if you feel like whatever it is, maybe it's the color of your skin, your religion, your disability, or whatever means that you should be ahead of the line, I'm sorry, that's not equality. probably had a bunch of people shut this off already. That's just the way I feel. You can take it or leave it. But I don't want this to be just a rant. I just wanted you to know where I'm coming from. Most people that are, different in a way they cannot help, they just want to be treated like everybody else. They don't want the spotlight shown on them and, say, oh, we feel sorry for you, so here, you go first, or, let's make way because this person is different in some way or another. Come on, that's not equality. And if you feel different, hey, fine. Now let me get this straight. This is a positive vibes show. Sometimes I am going to say a few things that can be construed as negative. I try to keep everything sounding as positive as possible. But let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you what I don't have. I don't have the looks of a movie star. I don't have a muscular body. I've been overweight most of my life. I don't have the best hair in the world. It's, curly, wavy, stringy. I mean, I have to do all kinds of stuff just to make it do this. And it's okay. So it's not, movie star hair. So what? All right. So what? I don't have all this glamorous stuff. It doesn't mean that I can't try. What do I mean by that? Okay. So I've been overweight most of my life. I tried to eat right, diet, and some of the medications will make me kind of swell up from time to time, but I can help that part. So I diet, or should I say I eat better. Diet seems to be one of those things that only lasts a short time. No, you have to eat right for life. And I have to work a little bit harder at it than other people do. If I want to have the results, I have to work hard at it. Okay? If I want to have a more muscular body, I guess I could hit the weights. I have some physical limitations, but that's not going to stop me from at least trying to achieve it. The only thing stopping me is me. And so what if I don't have the looks of a movie star? I can do my best to look my best each day. If I want to look nice, I dress nice. I groom myself, shave, brush my teeth, brush my hair, do all that kind of stuff. Do everything I can to look my best. Even if I'm not a glamorous movie star, so what? You gotta at least try. Only one holding you back is you. And as long as you think that you're a movie star, you are a movie star. If you know what I mean. Don't worry about what everybody else thinks. Just don't act like a snoot, because that makes you ugly on the inside. Don't think you're better than everybody else. You're not better than everybody else. You can be the best version of you, but you're not lower than everybody else either. I don't care what society says. You're not measured by the size of your bank account or how many people you have following you on social media. So what if somebody's more popular? Doesn't make them better than you. And that's another thing. Okay, so I don't have 1 million followers. So I don't have 1 million people subscribing to my YouTube channel or any of the other platforms that we share our podcast on. So what? I'm a success because I'm at least trying. You know who's a failure? The one that doesn't try at all. I don't care what your numbers are. That's not the important part. The important part is you doing what you want to do. If you have just one person, that's a success. Just doing it, that's the success. I've told you all a lot of stuff about me, and it's not for you to feel sorry for me. I just want you to know where I'm coming from and how I got to where I am, why I think the way I do. I'm not trying to pull at your heartstrings. I'm trying to maybe give you a little bit of hope and some motivation so you can, get the success you want out of your life. So this is all I'm trying to do. Is I'm just trying to help, and I just want you to know this is my life and this is how my journey has been. And if you learn something from it, all the better. So that's it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, because it's only through your support that we're able to continue doing the things that we do. And until the next one, have a great day.